Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 38, a podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and now topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. Catch updates about the podcast, or for other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice. Listen in the description below. I'm your host, GM, and overseer podcast of Five Rings Obsidian, falling down a pit. I can't do the Wilhelm scream on command, or I would have done it. Or whatever it is.
This is where you just soundbite it in.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
You edit this.
Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. But you got to be authentic. You got to be able to do it on command.
You literally edit this, and you forgot you could just edit it and like try to bullshit your way through it.
I'm a shitty editor. What can I say?
I'm sure
Shrugs.
everyone can agree with
We
that.
need to get a new editor.
We've got the wall that will not fall, Tetsuo.
He fell.
He fell.
He did fall.
actually
Tetsuo is asleep and sick, so he will not be with us tonight.
He's quite literally.
Pour a cup of sake out for our fallen homie.
Actually, I don't think he can fall. If he's a rank 8 character, and he's like defender of the wall.
Yeah, but
he
people
literally
didn't
can't
get the
fall
rank
prone.
8, remember?
Oh, that's true. If he had though, he would have been able to immediately cancel that condition.
Only if. I mean, prone is helpful though, right?
It is. It's totally helpful.
Unless they're meleeing you.
Actually, I don't think it actually gives you any buffs in this game.
I think it does the range attacks, actually. But I could be wrong. I could be
Will
misremembering.
Hobbs ever make it through the intro? Find out
No!
next week.
On Dragon Ball Z!
I'm not helping.
That's the Dark Fortune Duelist. Meta.
Sup?
So many topos have been sacrificed in his name this week. I've been topping more than I ever have.
So many typos.
And the Resident Wildcard, Mao.
Yo.
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back to talking about tech after almost a year.
It's been a very long time.
Well, I mean, I kind of talked about Switch a little bit there.
Yeah,
But that doesn't really count. It's like a hybrid. Ever since Raspberry Pi.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so
I think wasn't the Raspberry Pi in our first episode too?
like second or third, I think.
Was it the second or third?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think
You also talked about a PlayStation update once.
Yeah, we
I
did.
did talk about a PlayStation update once.
That counts as hybrid too. So we
Sort of,
basically had
yeah.
two topics. This is our
I think I was-
void ring. This is what we've been
I
joking
think
about.
I think that update actually came around because the PS4 Pro was coming out soon, and they
Yeah.
were prepping tech for it. So
Anyway, you also forgot to ask us how we're doing.
yeah.
Well, how are you doing? Forgive my
Well, it's too
rudeness.
late.
Well,
Please,
no, you don't
please.
want to
No,
know.
you don't have to retroactively.
I care, okay?
Uh-huh.
Come on. Cut me some slack. Like I said, Tets ain't here. I feel insecure and uncomfortable.
You need your wall.
I
You
need my
your protective
backup. I
walls.
need my wall, my big strong wall.
God.
So go ahead, Mal. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. Been a week.
This weather,
yeah.
man. You guys got snow down there or something.
I don't know. Not where I am.
It went from 20 degrees here to 70 degrees today, and Saturday
Yeah, it
it's
was
supposed to go
almost
back
80
to like
degrees.
20 something.
It
That's
was almost 80 degrees here today, or tomorrow, I think, actually. It's like 79.
around here. It was in the 50-60 range, and then tomorrow it's gonna immediately drop back down into like the teens type range.
Oh God.
And it just rained too, so we've got tons of humidity everywhere.
Yeah, it's been raining here as well.
So all I know is that I'm gonna wake up and everything's gonna be made of ice, just all ice all day.
You're going to
And I'm
start
gonna
your
have to
car
drive.
like half an hour before you leave.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I'm gonna have to drive that shit for 40 minutes on a highway
Yeah.
to get to where I need
Damn,
to
you
go.
commute that long?
Yes, I do. I have a very long commute.
Holy crap. Mine's
I got
only like
into-
15 minutes.
I got in
Mine's
today,
less than that.
and the first thing I did is like normally I'll get to my desk, I'll sit down, and I'll just like unpack her. I sit down, and I kid you not, the moment I sit down, my phone goes off. I'm talking with my supervisor, and there's a problem at another building that I need to go take care of. So I immediately had to just grab everything I just set down and unpacked, repack it, get back up, and go back to my car and drive over to the other building.
Wah,
And then
wah.
I was there for 2 hours this morning. It was fantastic.
So you got the saddies today.
I was running around a lot today, so it kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was kind of busy for me too, oddly.
I think it was like, I mean, with RHS4, it's been very busy. Everybody was really busy today, actually.
Yeah. So. All right, now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way.
Oh, thank God! I hate that part.
Yeah, I know. Everybody does. Let's get to the top topics. So, like I said, Mal, you go ahead and start us off. Lay us down some of that tech knowledge. What's going on today?
Well, I figured if there's any time to talk about tech, it's during CES, or
What is
also known
CES?
as the Consumer Electronics Show, I believe. Actually, I did not.
Mal just
check
assumes
my-
the anagram.
Man, I
Right.
just,
It's been a whole year since the last time I was looked at it. Yes, Consumer Electronics Show. It's in Las Vegas, and it runs this week. We're on, or today was day 4, I believe, which makes sense.
and it's
Fourth day of the week.
organized. It's organized by the Consumer Technology Association.
Is it now? I don't know who that is. All I know is that there's a lot of technology companies there, and they're showing off stupid stuff.
Is that all right?
And maybe it won't even come out. Who knows? Or maybe it's coming out, next week. Depends. Like last year, I believe Razer had Project Valkyrie, and it was a laptop that you fold up, you pull up the screen, and then you fold out 2 more screens.
What?
And it's got like a resolution of like 10,000 by 2,000 because it's just 3 laptop screens.
Okay, so this is like Willy Wonka's Insane Tech Factory show off,
Sometimes.
basically.
Yeah, it can be. Lots of smart devices everywhere. Like this $16,000 smart closet.
Excuse me?
You basically, a thing pops out, like a little tray pops out. You load up a t-shirt or something. Like you just slide it on and it takes your offering and folds it and then categorizes it. It uses neural networking. There's app support, like for, categorizing it, organizing your whole wardrobe, basically.
Good God.
And it only costs $16,000.
$16,000.
Yeah.
Man, we're getting close to the
Abs-
Jetsons with this crap, dude.
I think, but like the problem, like every time they show this show, and like why it kind of sucks to talk about it sometimes, is because a lot of the tech never comes through. Like they're just,
Yeah, I mean, there's a wide range. This
It's
show
huge.
is so huge.
it covers like I was just looking at like the areas that it covers, in Las Vegas, and they have like they're utilizing 1, 2, 3, 4, God, 9, 6, 7 different suites, and venues. There's 9, 10, 11 different buildings that are covering this, including like the Venetian, Aria, the Renaissance. These are all like really big, either hotels or gambling centers. So
Oh yeah,
this is huge.
yeah. Also things like how you feel about a smart toilet.
Well, I feel
That-
pretty good when you first say that.
That talks to you
I don't want my toilet talking to me.
because it has
Dude.
Amazon's Alexa.
It's Alexa talking to you?
Yeah,
That's really awkward. So Maya,
Alexa, please
how was
flush
your day?
counterclockwise.
you can.
I wish
ask
to
it
feel like I'm in
flush.
Australia.
You can ask it to raise the seat. You can ask it to I don't know, trigger, commence, start your whichever pre-program or whichever kind of bidet sequence you have programmed.
how
Your
how
favorite
high
bidet
pressurized would you like the squirt to
Right.
be? Does it spray out air freshener and stuff too?
Alexa, please fire off bidet setting, I don't know, 25.
Yeah, arc 75 degrees.
Right. Or, play play a playlist that you've stored on it because it has speakers.
That's
All
that's
hands free.
insane.
Don't need to touch your toilet.
Oh, thank God. You know, I hate touching my toilet.
You just have to make small talk with it.
My day sucked, Alexa. Please tell me about your day.
Well, it all started when.
First, I'm going to need you to play some Bee Gees.
He's gonna get a little loud.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was there anything like that this year that they really showed that kind of stood out outside of, you know, general wacky stuff that they
I don't even know. I'm just going down a bunch of lists.
Because I know like they showed, because like it's weird too, because like The Verge really seems to be the only guys who really cover it.
Yeah, The Verge or Engadget, and then some other stuff. But yeah,
Wanted to. But it's generally like general overviews and topics of it. Like it's not like E3 where you literally can just like see every single game that they've like released out in a nice like,
places will have like demos, but you can't always interact with them.
Yeah.
You got things like a smart refrigerator that you can knock on it like twice and it will go clear, so you don't have to open it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then, or you've got stuff like Honda rolls out with a bunch of like robots. They've got like off-roading robots. It looks like a four-wheeler with no seat or steering for like search and rescue.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what is the point of that?
Yeah.
Actually, that would be really cool for search and rescue.
Yeah. A cooler with wheels is what it looks like, just basically for cargo. Or I don't know how you would describe it. It's kind of like a seat with wheels for, you know, the Professor Xavier's in your life.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's specifically for like more tight areas like sidewalks and whatnot.
Check this out. You've got that's apparently from Mitsubishi, and this is what they believe to be the future of the car cockpit.
Yeah, there are a lot of smart cars. Mercedes actually, or self-driving cars even. Mercedes actually shut down part of the strip to let people take a ride, and it looked more. I mean, from Mercedes, but you would think something more, but it kind of looked closer to like a smart car.
Really?
Maybe only 1 or 2 seats. I can't quite tell. No steering column or anything. And it's like, like they had stuff like have your social media up on the dash, and it's like, which is a little weird, maybe.
Man, I don't. I just don't trust smart cars like that. Like the self-driving car, something about that is just very unsettling to me.
I've always, I mean, I always think it's definitely a discussion for potentially another day. But yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I don't want a smart car having the ability to fully take control away from my driving ability.
I think a lot of the ones now are like hybrid, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, they have like corrective features or like for emergencies and stuff,
Gotcha.
or help, or they'll like you can set it to help you parallel park, or like some will like while you're driving, tell you if you're like getting over a line, or warn you that someone slammed on their brakes if you haven't noticed it yet.
Yep.
Though, yeah, I can't remember what that's like. I think there might be a term for it or something, because I mean, so far, smart car or self-driving cars have been shown to be a lot safer than any human.
Yes. Well, obviously.
But people just inherently don't want to, give up that control.
Yeah.
It's well, I mean, obvious. It's a freedom. You get the ability to do stuff, and I think once you give that up, there's a fear that you might not be able to get back to.
But yeah. Anyways.
Also, there's things like flying taxis.
Excuse me.
Like there's a Bell Helicopter offers a sneak peek at its first electric flying taxi.
Sweet.
Yeah. You get things.
I want to show you something. It's you. It's your name as a product.
Hey, it's me, Obsidian, the quickie. It's a quick set.
It's a perpetual. It's a keyless entry. Quick set. Yes. It's just like a lock key. The touch and hold activates.
Yeah.
Lock.
Okay, this thing looks sleek.
Holy shit! What is that?
Yeah, it's an electric VTOL
What?
from Bell.
Air taxis, man.
Yeah, they could definitely be part of the future. I think the Buy or something was even working on self-flying taxis like this. You could just like call up a flying Uber ride with no driver.
That would be amazing.
Right?
Dude, avoid traffic.
Nuts.
Insane. That's from a Toyota booth. It's another car design, but just like what it can be like when you don't have to drive, and that's like a design idea that they had.
Mhm.
It's all concept, but it just seems to be like a lot of things, just like a lot of concept stuff.
Yeah, it's not all concept though.
No, it's not.
With the robots and stuff. There's let's see, the company is, I don't know how to pronounce it. Savoki Relay Robots. They're basically robots for hotels. That they've been doing this for like 3 years now, apparently. It's like a guest calls down to the front desk. It's like, oh, I forgot my toothbrush or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little compartment that you put whatever they need in it, and it will you tell the robot to go, and it just goes on. It's already got the hotel mapped out, so it gets on the elevator, it takes it up, it will then go to the room, and it'll pop open, say, here's your stuff, and then I don't know, make chit chat with the guests apparently.
Then it murders you in your sleep.
That I was okay with this right until that part where you said it makes chit chat.
Yeah, I was too.
I don't even make chit chat with the people who normally bring stuff to me in a hotel.
Well,
why would I do it with a robot?
I mean, I'm sure.
Hey
you could
man,
just
some
shut your
people are
door.
lonely. Okay.
Yeah,
Robots apparently.
they said people I don't know, interacting with the robots. But they were showing off a new one that they were going to be putting out in hotels that will map Wi-Fi for dead zones, and then while doing that, it will scan for garbage, and then it'll make a note and alert actual people, and will mingle with guests.
It will mingle with guests. I love
Yes.
this product. So, what are you doing here, Dave?
Don't
How
do that,
is your
Dave.
trip?
It's amazing though. I think it's kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of the Empire in Star Wars where they've got the little tiny little robot, little black scooter robots.
Yeah.
That's kind of almost what I imagine it to be. They're just zipping around, doing whatever they do.
Beep boop.
Oh.
Another thing I saw some decent amount of news on was AR glasses.
Yeah.
Augmented
I mean,
reality.
do you remember the Google Glass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these look close. They're a little bit. They're going to be more bulky than an actual. They look like sunglasses, but a bit more bulky because it's got computers and stuff in it.
Or Kiriko's dreams coming true, Mal.
Also, it also runs Alexa.
Oh, it's
So-
an Amazon.
Yeah, well, it's not from Amazon. It's from a company, Vuzix.
I guess they're just working with Amazon.
Yeah, they put it in it because it's just voice controlling it and everything, rather than because the Google Glass was weird. You had to look certain ways to do some stuff. There also were buttons up the side, but they use eye movement. These currently are $1,800, but the final cost for these are supposed to be around $1,000, which I don't know. Maybe someone will actually get somewhere with actual AR glasses.
I think that would actually be nice because some of the ideas that they've shown out there for AR can be really cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm most interested about. That it feels like we're getting really, really close to is augmented reality stuff.
I think augmented reality really will probably be something that is not only far more useful for the future, but I think it's something that a lot of people will probably find more interesting as time goes on.
One of the most often I've seen use cases are stuff for like hands-free. Like if you have a maintenance worker that needs to pull up some schematics, but
Yes.
wants to actually use both hands, stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be
Or,
really cool.
Overlay a correct diagram and over whatever you actually have in front of you and fix it, stuff like that.
No, man, I just want to scroll through my inventory and pull out my dual wield swords and Mary Sue all over this
Funny
planet.
you should bring up.
Oh no!
Oh God, where are we going?
No.
Where are we going? Take me
Mao,
on a
where are you
ride.
taking us? Mao.
Take me on a ride.
Just that they had a Sword Art Online 1-to-1 replica of the Elucidator sword that you could it would glow.
Oh my
you could swing
God.
around. It would make like actual sounds from the anime.
Oh
I just
my
thought it
God.
was funny you actually brought
I
up
thought
Sword Art
I got
Online.
really scared there that this was gonna be like something way more serious than
Well,
that.
that's the whole. That's like the Sword Art Online movie that came out last year. That's the whole plot of the movie, is that augmented reality's become a thing. That's kind of like Kirito's dream the whole time.
I see. I've only seen the first whatever thing of Sword
Yeah,
Art Online.
and of course none of it makes sense, but that's another story for another day.
Features over 2,000 full light color lights.
Oh wow, 2000.
It's,
The
and also,
Elucidator.
it also has voice control because everything will eventually have voice control.
The guy who at the bowling alley, who works at the bowling alley that I go karaoke singing at sometimes, is going to drop some money on that thing. On Halloween, I hate segue here, he had one of the most obscure Halloween costumes I've ever seen. He was dressed as Kirito, but it was the Kirito costume when Kirito joined Asuna's guild in the first season and had like the white coat and stuff on. I was
God.
like,
Real obscure.
I was like, really? That, like, you don't just do the generic one, but anyways. He's gonna love that sword.
He would. Sounds like the kind of guy who
yeah,
would.
you get. There's a lot of silly stuff there too, like just like that. Also, Netflix was there.
Really?
Yeah,
That's actually interesting. What were they doing there?
they were advertising in their new show,
What?
Altered Carbon, which involves biotechnology and growing people. So they had like a pretend store for like where you could buy a new body and stuff.
Oh, that's neat.
That's
yeah.
actually interesting.
It is certainly interesting. I don't know. I can't remember the reception. I know it got a lot of people looking at it, but like
I would assume so.
it's
Yeah.
a very interesting inclusion for like the technology show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if there's really. I don't know if is there any really show that works well with that though. I don't think there's like. Is there like a TV show convention out there? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they probably spent a lot of money though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was like a whole like pretend fake store with like people actually like explaining, like as if you wanted to buy stuff. Like
Yeah.
they had actual people like salesmen and whatnot
Yeah.
Huh.
in the role.
By
Which
God.
yes, Altered Carbon is based on a cyberpunk sci-fi novel of the same name.
Huh.
300 years in the future.
I had no idea. I didn't even know that.
Follows the dead soldier named Takashi Kovacs. In this future, people can digitally transfer their conscious from one body to the next by way of an implant called Estak. And he's
Is
killed on a distant planet, awoken on Earth, discover he's been hired to help the Earth's wealthiest man who wants him to investigate his own death.
So they're turning an episode of Black Mirror into a whole series. Gotcha.
I've never seen Black Mirror.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's
that is.
pretty good. But
Maybe a topic for a future day.
talking about technology, I'll have to do that. We'll might do that next week.
There's a lot to talk about. We'll probably see what sticks around, what doesn't stick around as time goes on. I'm actually really excited to see more AR stuff.
I am too.
Oh, the Game Boy's coming back.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a link to that.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
it's an aluminum Game Boy. This company is basically making new Game Boy. Well, like you can actually put a Game Boy cartridge in and it'll work. And they're aluminum, I believe.
What's an aluminum?
Yeah,
foil?
it looks cool.
thanks to Hyperkin.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Temporarily called the Ultra Game Boy while it's still in development. And then something else gaming related. You know what the Vive is, I assume?
Yep.
Yes.
They came out with a wireless version of Vive Pro. This could be. This is definitely a huge step forward with VR gaming.
Yes, that actually changes a lot.
The
Holy
whole
crap.
headset is wireless, and then there's like another wireless, handle device
Mm-hmm.
as well, like as like the dock, I think. This thing, they also look pretty snazzy. They have like special earphone or like I don't like arms with head like the earphones or whatever attached to like arms that they come over.
Wow, that's
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to look at. It's showed up on a lot of like gaming sites and stuff.
yeah. I'm seeing this. Holy crap!
Probably stupid expensive. I don't
Yeah.
remember if
No,
they
yeah,
set a
sure.
price yet.
No, that's expensive.
I wish I could play VR games.
But this is definitely something that is coming out, and probably this year it seems is what they're aiming at least.
I think though, like, and I've been seeing this pop up more and more lately with VR products. Is there's a lot of people who are very susceptible to VR sickness.
Yeah, that's a hard, nut to crack.
Yep, that's why I
Yeah.
want the AR games instead, like Kirito,
Yeah.
where it's
I
just
mean,
stuff
VR
is on the glasses.
I
Yeah.
think like the problem with we all see in the animes and the animus like VR is like you just jump into this digital world, so it's not
Yeah,
that big
yeah.
of a deal. But like, it's apparently been hitting a lot of people harder than is thought and expected. So even if people want to play the games on VR, they oftentimes end up having to take breaks after like 30 minutes or sometimes
Mhm.
even 10 minutes because they'll start to get that motion sickness.
Yep.
It's insane. It's definitely something to work on.
Yeah, they're doing it right with the cordless stuff, because that was a lot of
Yeah.
people's complaint with PlayStation VR was just that you had like 7 cords going back and forth
Right?
through like all this different crap. It looks stupid. This is a lot
Yeah.
more sleek.
Hopefully, within even a few more years, then everyone's wireless. That'll definitely be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a few. There was an entire TV. Samsung showed a TV called The Wall, which was a TV that takes up an entire wall.
Oh God, it's Fahrenheit 451.
Why?
It was 8K resolution.
Why would you even need a wall that's just a TV?
It's 146 inches.
Why is everyone taking inspiration from these dystopian novels?
So I don't think people really understand that these dystopian novels ended poorly. Like they were
Well,
all
usually it's
reported.
corporations that are at least on the top for a while in dystopias.
True.
That's true, actually. That's true.
Yeah.
Government or corporations. You're absolutely right.
And then also, LG has a TV that can be rolled up. So
Well,
That's
I
pretty
want it.
cool. That's
I want
pretty
that.
cool.
85 inches.
Oh well, where the fuck am I gonna take that? What does it matter if I roll it up? I can't take it anywhere.
You're gonna let it hang out your car window.
I
Get some
think
rain on
I saw I don't know if it was actually on the show floor or a concept, but basically it just it looks like it's on a shelf and it just retracts into the shelf, like and then into the wall because it can roll like that.
Mhm.
So,
You can't roll like that.
right. Also, do you know what Aibo is? The Sony robot dog from like the 90s?
Is it like that
sounds
little
familiar.
like cheap-looking like mechanical dog?
Yeah, I mean it's like a robot
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's back.
Yeah.
They're bringing it back.
Why are they bringing it back?
I don't know.
Who asked for this? This is like Bubsby all over again.
Bubsy's
It's gonna
back.
cost
boys.
$1,800.
What?
Shit.
What?
198,000 yen.
It's not even worth. It's not even
It
worth
ships
100.
next week.
What?
Or you can do a subscription of $27 a month for 3 years.
This dog must be
Right.
fucking amazing.
Or
with that
just
kind
no,
of cash.
that's subscription forever, or $800 for 3 years. I don't know. Anyway, you don't have to pick up poop.
Oh, thank God.
You get to play with it for 2 hours, and then it will return to its charging station because it has a camera on its back like a Roomba. And then it needs to charge for 3 hours.
I love this as a comment. Spy
This
dog
is-
is spying on you, but it's cute. Okay then.
Holy shit! Are you serious?
Yeah. What is it? Nerf had it was there with AR
Okay.
blasters, but you have to
Yes.
put your phone in them. So I'm like, that seems
That's
dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But that's the
Uh,
best thing thus far.
And
Please.
then I'm sad that Tets isn't here for this, but
Yeah.
someone was also here with mech racing.
What? What? Oh,
Yeah.
We're getting closer to robot jocks.
yes! We need robots!
They go a whole 20 miles an hour.
Yes! One day!
They're basically an exoskeleton.
One day I'll be able to ride a
You,
Robo
like,
Panther.
You step, or like as you step, it'll go, and you like, it looks like it has 4 legs, and you use your legs and your arms to like move the 4 legs.
Oh, that'll wear you out real fast.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But this company, Furion, brought prosthesis.
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 Yeah, I don't know.
Prosthesis.
Yeah, basically prosthetic.
Yeah, which was the name of their thing. They're looking to start an actual mech racing league.
I think
This must be a thing.
they might want to.
This needs to be a thing.
Your aspirations are good,
Yeah.
Furion, but you're shooting a bit high right now.
Right. I don't even know how much this will cost, but yeah, this is ridiculous.
Like, we're starting a racing. There's not even enough people making robots to start a racing league with them yet,
Nope.
let alone racing robots.
I mean, we all remember the robots fighting just a few months ago, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was so great.
And so cheesy. I
Yeah.
expect this to be much of the same. I don't know. That's CES. A lot of stupid stuff.
It's fun and cool and neat though.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you can talk to toilets in the future.
I want
I can't wait.
a smart toilet. I want this Nerf thing. I don't want that dog, but it's probably going to be the picture that shows up on YouTube. And
So,
I want flying robot taxis,
Yeah.
yeah,
and I want some more AR video games.
Anything to limit my human interaction with other people.
anything that means I don't have to talk to people is a-okay.
I just want to talk to robots.
Can we? I want to just make a note, like real fast. Are we gonna talk about Huawei's CEO?
Oh, right. I did not know this until you brought it up
Yes,
shortly before we recorded.
I just want to talk about the fact that a CEO went off script.
That's never good.
No, this is never not.
AT&T, I guess, pulled out of a deal with them, so he's like, F you guys. U.S. carriers suck.
Apparently, he was going through like a script and kind of just mumbling through it like every CEO fucking does when they come and have to give up something on stage. But apparently, like at the last minute, like at the end of it, he had like a panel that just came and said something I want to share, and then he actually gave like a full-on legit speech of the frustration with dealing with some of the U.S. and carriers, in turn with them kind of channeling kind of them focusing on stuff and how they've effectively taken one of the largest groups of people who provide tech away from the hands of the U.S. because they didn't stay with that deal. He was a little bit upset.
Yeah,
Apparently it
I
was the
mean,
best-
you would probably have to. Who knows
I-
if you'll ever get to deal with any U.S. companies ever again.
It's funny too because he even states that we're serving over 70 million people worldwide. That is not a small number.
No.
It's huge. There's like what? The last census was like 7-point-something billion people on the planet?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big number.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little over a quarter of Americans, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that's a quarter of Americans. But I mean, it's...
Yeah.
We're like
But-
2
Oh, wait,
billion.
no, I'm off 100 million.
Yeah. But it's not a. I mean, that's not a small number.
No. That's China for you, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Apparently, it was a very good speech.
Yeah,
when he went
all the
off.
articles are like, this is the best part of CES. or the
Yes,
best
exactly.
sequel
Well,
of
it
CES.
always is. It's like what's his name? Everybody talks
Yes.
about at all the game shows. The dude
Yeah,
who works
the,
for Activision or EA or
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, the dude who shit on EA as he was talking.
And then he was like,
about
oh,
his
wait,
game.
they're publishing my game.
It's always about the crap show at all these things.
I think it's just the funny part because I think when those parts happen, you really get to kind of see just like, because I mean, when you like watch these, you know, we all see it. We all see these guys coming up, and they have to kind of follow the script, and it's sometimes really awkwardly written, and they're doing their best to just remember what to say as
Mhm.
opposed to really delivering what they're trying to say. And
They
then you
ain't
always
actors.
get those like, yeah, exactly. And then you get like that one moment where they kind of just go off script and they say something that is just them saying what they feel.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, why people love it so much, because it's really somebody actually being more of a person in delivering something as opposed to like, read line here, then read this line, and then do this line, show off product for 5 seconds, next
Mhm.
line. So,
Yep.
yeah, hopefully
All right.
some of the stuff comes out of it.
CES. So let's see. Let's see what comes around. Give me some of that augmented reality. Give it to me.
Yeah!
Give me some more.
Race of
need it.
robots!
I need some racing robots and AR and something. I don't know. Give it to me. While I sit on my toilet and Alexa sings to me. All right, Meta. Let's get to your topic. What do you got?
Well, I've got something a little bit different today. I've got a movie that I saw, and I actually think I talked about this in kind of our 2017 video, the podcast, not the video, the podcast that we just did like a week
Yeah.
ago. But I want to actually talk about Shin Godzilla because I think it warrants that kind of attention. First off, I wanted to say right off the bat,
Lily forced you to watch it, didn't she?
yeah,
she
she
tied
forced me
you
to
down.
watch it, tied me
She's like,
down.
You're gonna watch some kaiju movies.
And I was like, no, Lily, I don't want to be tainted by your kaiju movies. But she was like, it's too late. And she was like, oh my
You've already
wow,
watched it.
she's like, oh my wow, Shinderu. So, and then I
Oh, my
exploded.
God. Yeah.
So we watched the movie. For those of you who didn't hear the podcast, we actually watched the movie over just before the year was over. We watched it during our New Year's party, and right after that, I just want to say the movie is amazing. I thought it was really well done, and it's probably one of the best Godzilla movies I've ever seen, if not potentially my favorite.
Okay.
It's like, because like I've seen some of the other Godzilla movies. I'm not as big as Lily by any means. Like I'm nowhere even close.
Yeah,
But
I'm not
I've
really
seen-
either.
But I've seen enough of them, and Lily's kind of helped explain some of like the stuff that goes into them, and explaining like why Godzilla this and this sees this like the set of series, and then why Godzilla this and this set of series and whatnot. So it kind of explains some stuff. And originally, one of my favorites had been, I think it was Godzilla Final Wars, if only because I really loved the American in that movie. He was completely badass and like stereotypically amazing. It was glorious. It was fantastic. And the cheese in the movie was just fantastic too. So I
Mhm.
loved it. But
So-
what?
Is this like a new Godzilla sort of like this doesn't build upon the previous Godzilla movies?
It's
Because I'm looking at this and this Godzilla looks completely different from Godzilla in the past.
Yeah, he's different. Like the idea is that, as far as I can tell, this Godzilla is like it's a full. I guess the idea would be like it's a reboot, it's a retelling.
Or just like an
Soft
AU or
reboot.
something.
Yeah, essentially like the idea, because like Godzilla tends to do that. Like it would tend to build off either like every now and then you would get like a different series and it would have a different name. Based on what the series was generally based around, but Godzilla would either be like they would start a new movie that like gives the origins of Godzilla again, or they would base it off of like the first movie when the first time he showed up, and then just go into another sort of series. There wasn't always like it's not a very linear line. It's not even a set of linear lines sometimes. But this one decided to do a completely just this is Godzilla from the start, and they did a new way of it. And
Yeah, because this one looks like
it's
it really looks like a mutant or something. Like he's
yeah
like
they
glowing and like
it's
sinewy and
when Godzilla first shows up, you don't. I don't want to ruin it because that's so much like a part of what it is, but you know what you're gonna get. When Godzilla first shows up, you don't fully recognize him. Like it's the way they show it is that Godzilla is a very different beast than this one. It is no longer just like this is Godzilla, this is what he looks like, this is what he's about, and then that's it. Godzilla is very different as one. He actually has a lot more to him than just being this is Godzilla. And there's a couple things that I think I made it really well is just pretty good is because like not only do they like do a whole redesign like what Godzilla is, how he works and whatnot, but the whole movie is kind of based around this very large mystery of like where he comes from, which we all kind of know about. The mystery of like why he's the way he is in this series. The mystery of them learning things, trying to explain it. The whole majority of the movie is generally them trying to figure out what the hell this thing is and why is it able to do what it's able to do.
Holy shit! It's directed by Hideaki Anno.
Yes, that's the other thing.
what does that mean for people who don't know what that means?
He's the director of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
and
A couple of other shows for Gainax back in the day.
that explains
That
a lot
explains
of
why
what
it's
I'm
super
seeing.
weird.
Yeah,
But I like honestly, as silly as it sounds, it's immensely good, and it's still it's
pictures though.
there's a part of it stays again like it stays true to Godzilla. I like it sounds for someone really weird, especially from somebody who doesn't like really love it as much. And maybe I'm calling sacrilege. Like there's probably like a few people out there that's like, how dare he? And they try.
Luckily,
Tetsu's a
Tetsu
big-
isn't here to.
Lucky Tetsu's
He's a
not
big
here, right?
Godzilla fan, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it's yeah. You know, actually though, 'cause I don't think he's been able to see it yet, so it would really kind of suck to talk about this without him really seeing it. But
He's not
I
here.
really, yeah, unfortunately. But like the movie actually stays close to it. It does tend to do what it generally does. It's generally got a message about something within the world that's going on or is a current state of affair for Japan, because Godzilla has generally always been focused on Japan. And they stay true to that kind of message where they talk about something that is actually an issue within Japan right now or something that's been a problem. And it's kind of topical in that way, but it's never the main focus, but it is a key note of it.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla is always impressive.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of art can be a symbol of the times. It's hard to get away from that.
Yeah, exactly. And this is no different from it, but it does a very good job of mingling it in with things, showing what's going on and the like. The dubbing for it, I want to say this right from the bat, was a big surprise. It's dubbed by Funimation.
I didn't even know they dubbed live action.
I didn't know either, but apparently they do, and they dubbed this. And you
Do
will
they
probably...
use anime voice actors?
Yes,
That's
they do.
Interesting.
Yes, and I'll be freaking honest, it's really good. I was really impressed. I mean, like the pacing, the characters, they're all really interesting to watch. Which, by the way, the pacing in this movie, you hit the ground running and you do not stop. It is constantly moving forward at very fast speeds. There's times where it will skip months, and the only reason you know it skipped months is because they make you aware that they're working on a project or something that's going to take time, and then suddenly a few scenes later they'll be like, all right, we finally got the results in on it, here's what it is. And it's like, okay, I guess we just skip forward. But the movie is like jumping from frame to frame. It is very quick, very fast, but it is never bad. At least to a level that you're like, oh, this is pulling me out of the movie. It's quick, it's fast, but it's just done right. Like, it needs to be quick to tell everything it needs to tell over the course of time that it is telling it, but it tells you everything that you need to see, and then it skips over everything that you don't need to see. And that's really good. The first part of the movie is covered almost like over a set of hours, and you cover like a set of hours worth of the movie within like the first 20 or 30 minutes of the movie. And then it like skips into days, and then sometimes even weeks or a month or time period will pass when they finally start to implement what they do. It's very fast paced, but it's done really well. Unfortunately, I don't know much about like behind the scenes of it. I really didn't look into that. I was more interested in the movie itself, so I don't have much to share in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that the camera angles were used wonderfully. There is never a shot that really feels out of place. Anytime that they want you to see something that feels weird, they show it by utilizing a proper trajectory, or like like a Dutch angle is designed to kind of help make things a little bit more eerie or weird. They utilize those properly. If a shot needs to be up close, they do that well. Sometimes they will overlay graphical effects on the screen to kind of give you the impression when they're staring at the camera directly for whatever reason, and they're staring at it for like they're looking at a laptop or something. They'll do stuff like that. There's a lot of interesting things that they try to do. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it doesn't always fully pan out, I think, the way they want it to, but it's interesting nonetheless. The whole movie is just really well done. And Godzilla, by the way, I want to make this very clear. Even though, like, in this world of full-on CG where everything just has to be CGI'd, Godzilla is not full-on CG. And it's very refreshing.
Yes. Yes.
It's very refreshing. But I will say
Always
this.
nice to know. They're just a dude in a suit.
I don't actually think it's a dude in a suit in this one.
Oh.
It's not a dude in a suit anymore. They got rid of that. A lot of parts of him are CG, but they use like a lot of model more so than actual person in a suit. I will say this: it doesn't matter. It looks amazing. It's insanely awesome, and this is not your mama's Godzilla. So he looks fantastic. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, when you see Godzilla's like, whoa.
So Lily really likes Godzilla. Is that safe to say?
Yes, she does.
How does this rate for her?
Well, let me ask her. Lily, how did this rate for you?
Holy moly.
I will state that the one thing that you might need to look up when you watch the movie, there is something you will likely need to look up, and that is kind of how it ends. And it goes into deeper somebody actually gives a wonderful explanation of why it ends the way it does. And I'm not gonna nobody has to worry about like there's some crazy twist or something at the end. There isn't. There's no crazy like wacky twist that I'm spoiling here. There's just something. It's very interesting, like what they do with the story and how it kind of sums up everything.
I mean, they don't kill everyone, right? Except like 2 people.
No, not everybody dies.
Okay.
I mean, that would be a hell of a twist, actually, for a Godzilla movie. Which in case I would have not said anything about it, but it's very interesting. There's a lot to be said that is unsaid, and I really recommend that if you aren't fully understanding of why it gets into the way it does, look it up. There's an article. It's like I think one of the first articles that might come up for it that will give a far better, great explanation of it, and it really does add a wonderful, if silent note to an otherwise amazing movie. So, I hands down recommend to anybody that if you are a lover of Godzilla, watch this.
Is it on Netflix yet?
No, it's not on Netflix yet, from what I understand.
Saddies.
Yeah, sorry, man. But it is out. You can get it anywhere within America that sells it.
You can rent it online. It looks like it's $4 from YouTube or Google Play.
There you go. It's worth it. I promise it is.
All right, sweet. We'll check it out eventually.
Nice.
All right, we'll get on to my topic. If you've been paying attention to some of the stuff going on Twitter this week, or I guess the past week when you're listening to this won't come as much of a surprise. We got
Nintendo's been trolling everyone.
I know we got
right?
some leaks supposedly. an announcement of a Nintendo Direct coming this week, and then it wasn't coming. Then it was coming. Then it wasn't coming. And yesterday, or was it yesterday or this morning? Nintendo posted a cryptic picture of a robot holding a plug-in on fire or something, and I was like, "What does this mean? What does it mean?"
Last week, Nintendo tweets out something about having a secret, knowing what it is, and stuff like that. And this is after the leak had happened, and everyone's just like, "Why you do this?
Why, Reggie? Why? Our bodies are not ready."
Yeah, January 5th. It's like, what is the secret you're seeking? I know it. Haha, I can't tell you. It's hiding somewhere. No peeking. Go find it. Scraw! And there's a picture of a parrot from what I assume is Mario?
Probably. Oh my god. But yeah, so we got Nintendo Direct, or Nintendo Direct Mini, as they refer to it today. Nice little...
Only 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15-minute... Here's some stuff coming out. I mean, in true Nintendo fashion, they like to roll out a lot of information about a lot of stuff in a very condensed package. So I'm just going to run through some of this and then get your guys' opinion on it. So the first thing they talked about was The World Ends With You, Final Remix. A game I was wondering if they were ever going to sequel or do a port of, and here we go. And a lot of people are super excited because this game is very fond in a lot of people's hearts.
I'm really surprised that they're actually porting that game.
It's got a lot. It's kind of a cult following.
Yeah,
it makes sense. So you can use
it's very stylized. I've never played it myself.
I never beat it, but I played the majority of it because I didn't own the game. I borrowed it from a friend, and he demanded it back. Because he played I think 60% of it, then was like, "Oh, I want to finish that," and I was like, "Okay," and I just never asked them for it back. But yeah, very Tetsuya Nomura. If you've seen any of the art, it looks like a Kingdom Hearts game, kind of. Except even more stylized, more cartoony, more anime-ish. It all takes place in Shibuya, I believe, in Tokyo. So yeah, you use the touchscreen it's an action RPG. They're saying you'll use the touchscreen on the Switch in handheld mode, or you can use Joy-Con motion controls if you got it docked. That's probably not going to work super well, so I'm going to be playing in handheld mode all the time. And it launches later this year. They do not have a release date out for it yet.
It was actually developed by the same team that did the Kingdom Hearts series, so they've been a little busy with something else.
It's, you know what, I'm not even surprised. The styling, that just seems like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. But I mean, they're used to porting stuff by now, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we don't have a sequel. It's because we don't have a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2 yet.
Exactly.
You don't want your final mix.
Prequels and spin-offs now. Yeah, so The World Ends With You Final Remix, a very Kingdom Hearts name. No Nomura named it. So later this year, I'm looking forward to it. We also got some Pokken DX DLC announced. We get Aegislash and Blastoise. We're coming in waves. Some new character skins and some new support Pokemon. Some of the supports were Mew, Celebi, Mimikyu, and Mega Rayquaza, I believe.
Mew is the only thing I care about, and Aegislash is the only thing I care about, and everybody else should care about them.
Yeah, Ben immediately when he saw this before we started recording, he was like, Aegislash! I gotta get the game now, because that's your favorite Pokemon, if I remember correctly, right?
It's right next to Mewtwo is my two favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to get the game earlier though, but I guess this was just more of a reason now.
Just wait till you find it for super cheap, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've never had any interest in owning either of them. I might pick this up when it gets cheap too, but me personally, not super into a as much as a Pokemon fighting game would sound really cool to me. I'm not super big into fighting games, so. But the DLC is January 31st, so that's super soon. That's the Aegislash, and I believe Mega Rayquaza and Mimikyu, and then March 23rd is Blastoise and Celebi and Mew. So there you go.
There you go.
Kirby Star Allies got a release date March 16th. It's a Kirby game. There you go. DQ Builders demo is coming out today. If you played it on your Vita, then I mean you know what it is. It's a port, a long list of ports. that we're going to go through here. One that might get Matt excited: Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Every map.
Nope. Apparently not.
No. Every map, every character, every mission from the 3DS and Wii U games, all in one game, as well as all the DLC. You could do,
Actually, I'm.
you can do 2 players on one
excited.
system, and it comes out in spring 2018.
I actually do want that, but I just don't want to have to go through the progress again.
It's something for you and Lily to do on stream.
It
Come on.
is. It is. I love the game, but I don't want to have to re-unlock everything. I spent so many hours in this game.
Maybe it all comes unlocked already.
My God, please.
We'll surely know by the time the game comes out.
Yeah.
We got Mario Tennis Aces. Finally doing another Mario Tennis game. It's going to add a story mode, which I think has only existed in one iteration of the game, which I think they said was the GBA version. And it comes out in spring. Not super excited about this. Don't really care. This is not on my radar. This is one of the new games that was announced.
Yeah.
What I am hot for is a new East game. Well, it's not an East, it's a port, because I didn't even know this game came out, actually.
Yeah.
It was a
You can get on
PlayStation 4
PS4.
game. East 8 is coming out this summer.
I've never played one.
Oh my
I
god, Mal.
never
Oh
even
my
heard of
god,
it.
the East games are... I haven't played a whole lot of them, but the ones I
always
played I
kinda
really
heard that
enjoyed.
they're like a solid B in
Yeah.
of RPGs.
Yeah.
Like they're nothing spectacular, but they're usually like very solid.
I always like the music is always really good in them. The gameplay is usually pretty fun, and they have a neat art style. Like this one, I love the anime art style in it. I want to see who does like the. I guess Falcom does their own cutscenes and stuff. It was like that in the Trails of Cold Steel series, I believe. But super excited for this. I didn't even know the game existed. Now I have a reason to get it because it is very much a game that will benefit from being able to play wherever you want to go. I think JRPGs in general are kind of like that because you do a little bit of grinding in them and stuff. It's like something for you to do on commutes or when you're hanging out at your parents or with your
My
friends.
Switch just never leaves its dock.
Oh, poor
That's
Mal.
the same thing for me. It's like my Switch just never
Dude,
leaves.
I
I don't-
mostly play mine in handheld mode. Weirdly,
If I'm out, I'm like out with people probably.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just-
It's just how you socialize.
Yeah.
When I'm out with my friends, I don't need to talk to them.
See, that's like. Well,
Oh.
generally, I only like that's the thing. Is like I'm with Miles. Like generally, when I go out, it's because I'm going out to like chill out with people. So there's no point in bringing the Switch with me.
We do a lot of like hanging around before we do stuff, especially like on Saturdays when we role play or whatever.
You know, like
we'll
I can
do a
get
lot
that,
of like
though.
just sitting around and goofing off with each other, and I'll go, yeah, they're like watching a movie or something I've already seen. I'll just sit here and play my Switch.
You see, but like that makes sense though, because like when you get into that kind of like scenario, like they might be stuck there doing 2 hours, and you'll be sitting there doing
Yep.
jack, diddly squat. So then that's what makes sense. But
Yeah, I also
Like-
played games a lot on campus when I was in school.
I see that also helps too. I bet.
Yeah, so can't really play it at work though, sadly. I have played it on my lunch breaks though. But anyways, Mario Odyssey is getting a free update.
Hey.
We're getting a balloon world with Luigi. You're gonna get to hide balloons across all the maps in the game and find other people's balloons. So basically, people are going to be making their own like moon challenges. You get to race at each other and have little scoreboards and speed runs against each other and stuff. They're
So-
adding some new outfits, new filters for the camera mode or whatever, and this is all free add-ons, and it comes out in February. I think it was 11th is what they said. So be something more for people who want more replayability out of that game. Do some more stuff for free. We got
Oh,
SNK Heroines, a new SNK crossover fighting game that I have no interest in. It comes out in summer.
I actually watched the video of that one. I don't know why you would like not to bash the game, not to bash the people who put time into it, but here I go. I don't understand why you would get this game. Like, as far as I can see, it's like a very small cast, and there are already fighting games out there that have these characters that are full on fighting game. So I don't know what this is.
Pretty much. It looks like it's going to be like a $15 or $20 game on the store or something, probably. So,
Yeah, possibly.
Donkey Kong is coming to Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battles as a DLC pack that's launching in spring. The Payday 2 port is coming out February 27th. Two of the indie games, FE is coming out February 16th, and Celeste, which a lot of people were super excited for, is coming out January 25th. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze getting a port. They're adding Funky Kong to the roster, and it comes out May 4th. He actually looks pretty sweet. I don't know if you played Tropical Freeze. It was a pretty good game.
I'm not a big fan of the Donkey Kong games or the Donkey Kong Country games. I believe it or not, like as much as I enjoy the characters, I don't actually play a lot of their games.
I liked Tropical Freeze is cool because of the co-op in it, basically. The characters are a lot different than they were in the old Donkey Kong Country games. They have actual moves and different play sets other than like literally one move that sets them apart. So the series has come a long way since its SNES days. Tropical Freeze was a pretty good game. It was one of the better Wii U games in my opinion. So this makes sense for this to get a port. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'll probably buy it again. And then last but not least, the Dark Souls Remastered is coming out May 25th.
Yeah.
This also seems like a perfect match for gaming on the go, in my opinion.
Well, that's at least one you can literally just stop playing whenever. Like, once you die, you die and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say.
There's no saving needed or anything.
Nope. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much. They just spit out information. We didn't get a lot of new gameplay or new stuff for a lot of these games, but just rolling out some info.
Yeah, I do wish there were less ports, or I just want more actual games. I'm probably just not gonna buy a port.
Yeah, I think they're gonna save a lot of the new game stuff for E3. I was pretty disappointed at first because we didn't get to see anything for the new Fire Emblem. We didn't get to see anything for Shin Megami Tensei. We didn't get to see any Octopath Traveler. So those are some of the stuff I wanted to see, but there is some stuff I wasn't expecting, like The World Ends With You. Definitely going to buy that. I'm going to buy Ys 8. So we're getting the JRPGs on this thing, which is making me happy. I'm probably going to buy Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'll probably end up buying Dark Souls as well. So that's 4 games I'm going to get. I mean, I'm pretty happy about what I saw. I could have been a lot happier, but I appreciate them, the way they dole out information. That's, the thing I get the most from these directs is how they...
Efficient they are?
Yeah. They'll literally have, 8 little events. They all feel like a little special thing. Everybody gets excited about them on the internet. You get, and you always get lots of information doled out in them. Even if they only focus on one game, you usually get, a decent amount of stuff. And they love their production value.
When's the next Fire Emblem only direct?
Yeah, that's why I thought they would talk about it, because a year ago we got the Fire Emblem Direct.
Yeah.
Narrated by my bro, Yuri Lowenthal. That's Marth. And that's when they announced Fire Emblem Heroes, which came out a month later, and then Shadows over Valencia, which that was May, I believe. So yeah, I think I'm most excited about East just because it's a new game.
Yeah, it's been on my the PS4 version's been on my Amazon wish list. As a game, I'm probably not gonna buy myself, but I'm good with getting it as a gift, basically.
Yeah. Unless it goes on Supercell or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's $40 probably right now for the PS4 version.
Yeah. That's something else I'm hoping too, that at least some of the, and I know it's wishful thinking for me, but some of these will be not full price.
Right.
I hope The World Ends With You is only 40.
I've got a surprise for you, Ups.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. I know. I would hope Dark Souls would be 40. Maybe Donkey Kong.
No, don't kid yourself.
I know.
They're gonna make you pay.
Nintendo going to Nintendo.
Nintendo good. No, don't try to fool yourself into anything too happy.
Yeah. The boy can dream. But yeah, I think they're gonna save a lot of the new announcements and stuff for E3. Something else I really like about Nintendo is when they talk about stuff, it usually comes out pretty soon. I think I've said this before on the podcast. Like
Might have,
the
yeah.
tennis game, it makes sense for us to come out in spring. They announced it now. This is January, so it's probably going to come out in 3 or 4 months. They roll that stuff out quick. A lot of this is spring, March, January, March, February,
Yeah.
January. So it's a lot of stuff coming
Nintendo
out.
doesn't like show a game without it coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, unless it's like Zelda or Metroid or something big.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
nice.
Like,
Well, I mean, they'll like announce a name, but they won't like show any game.
oh
play
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
sure. So
I mean-
I doubt we'll see Metroid till E3, and then that game probably won't come out till holidays at least.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even sure when we'll see Pokemon.
Yeah,
Probably not
Pokemon will
this
probably be
year.
next year.
Probably next year.
Maybe
yeah.
we'll get Fire Emblem in fall.
Well, we might get some hints at Pokemon. I mean,
We might see
I
some
know-
stuff.
we might see something, but I mean, there's no guarantee.
I think they usually save the Pokemon stuff for like a Pokemon Direct.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we might get one of those this summer. But and that might be like a second round of DLC in that as well for Pokken DX and stuff. So yeah, The World Ends With You was a nice surprise. When I saw Lily posting about it, I was like, "Oh God, it's
I'm
happening!"
not sure anyone's was really expecting that.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the big surprise, but it makes
Dark
sense.
Souls had definitely been leaked a lot before.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. A lot of people
a
have been
week
talking
ago or
about Dark
whatever.
Souls. And that was kind of like the one they saved for the end, is like the big.
Right. They went black, and then you just start.
You're like,
to
okay,
hear
we know
that
it's-
soundtrack kicking.
We know it's Dark Souls. Come on, Nintendo. So yeah, it was a nice little direct. We got a lot of good information, and can't wait for E3 to see some of this new stuff.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
like 6 months, isn't it?
So
5 or 6 months till E3.
Yeah, like 6 or like 5. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's
about
June.
almost exactly. Yeah, it's like it'll be June, 14th or whatever.
We got lots of Monster Hunter to toss over till then.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
That's a week from tomorrow,
I
right?
cannot wait.
I need to pre-order mine on Amazon.
I need a pre-order too. That's actually a
Yeah.
game that I've had the chance to play. I enjoy it. We've got the demo.
another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got another beta this weekend, right?
Is it this
next.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
It's like the weekend before it comes out.
Okay.
Basically.
So,
Yep.
all right, cool. Well, this has been episode 38, Podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and talk about topic day by day on YouTube, with the full video coming out on those hot Fridays before your weekend to enjoy. Check us out on Twitter, Podcast5R, Facebook, P5R Podcast. I've got a ladybug crawling on my arm. And MetaStream. PSO Flow. It's on Twitch. You ain't gonna find him on no Ustream.
That's right.
You gotta go to Twitch.
Gotta go to Twitch.
So check him out.
We're doing Samurai Saturdays now, is what I've just decided to call them. Where
Are you gonna play L5R or Neo or
it's a generally I decided like screw it. There's like so many games out there that we could play that have some connection or relation to Samurai. So screw it. That's what I'm gonna call them now, and that's what we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna do. And Lily this Saturday, although unfortunately anybody listening to this will find out too late, will be starting her first playthrough of Neo.
Oh, nice.
So
She's probably gonna get salty a lot.
Yeah,
That's probably
Okay.
gonna be
She's
pretty
in for
funny.
that.
she's gonna get her ass kicked a lot.
Poor
I
Lily.
can't. Or Lily.
Rip.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
try to
the game
beat
is-
Bravely Default before Monster Hunter comes out. I keep grinding. I'm in
Yep.
chapter 4 and I'm
I
like
told
level
you.
65.
I told
There's
you, man.
like
that
9
game's
chapters
like,
in the game.
I
Well,
told
you can
man,
turn off random battles at least.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's too fun to grind. I'm like,
You got-
I want to max out my jobs.
Exactly. That's the problem. You want to max out your stupid
I'm
jobs
gonna
in
have
the
a,
game.
yeah, I'm gonna have a lot to say
Once
about
you
that.
max
when
them
I
all
finish
out,
it.
you'll just be able to skip all the random battles.
Yep.
That's right.
I need to go back to the Shadow Realm where time just isn't a thing anymore and finish that. Please banish me back. Banish me back, people.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Later, yo.
Later.